Hey guys, this is Tercilio for International MMA channel, and I'm here to do the UFC 165 predictions. So the first fight, I'm picking Nurmagomedov because he looked so impressive in his last fights, and I don't see how Pat Healy with such a long layoff is gonna beat him. I don't know if Pat Healy's confidence level is gonna be that high as it was when he fought Jim Miller. So, but I'm guessing it's not gonna be. And I mean, Nurmagomedov is a really underestimated fighter, but he's a great fighter. So one of my top picks for fight of the night this is, and one of the most also people are not very interested in this fight because they really don't know the guys. But when they see the fight, they're gonna know what's going on. So the second fight we have Costa Filippo against Francis Carmon. Well, the thing is, Francis Carmon, he trains with TriStar and those guys over at Montreal. So they have that style to control the fighters and to control the fight, and very good wrestlers. So all of his last fights, he showed to be a very dominant fighter, very dominant wrestler, just like GSP. So what I'm thinking of this fight is that it's a really bad styles matchup for Costa Filippo because we've seen in the past that he has trouble on the ground when the fight goes to the ground. So it's gonna be very bad for him when Francis Carmon, just a really strong guy, takes him down and grounds and pounds him, and who knows what happens later. So I'm picking Francis Carmon, probably by decision. I don't know, but I think that's probably what's gonna happen. And then we go to Brendan Schaub and Matt Mitrione. Man, this fight, I don't know what's gonna happen because both guys they started on tough on the same team, and they were real buddies on the show. And then out of nowhere, they started trash talking on Twitter, and we will see what's gonna happen. But I'm thinking that Matt Mitrione's confidence it's a bit higher, and the thing is that in Brendan Schaub's last fights, probably he was afraid of getting cut of the UFC because he got knocked out in his previous fight. So he's training a lot of jiu-jitsu. But if the fight keeps on the feet the whole time, I'm giving a clear advantage to Mitrione. He has a really good chin and he punches really hard. The thing is, Brendan Schaub also punches very hard, but he doesn't have a really good chin, and we've seen that in the past. So I'm picking Mitrione in this fight, and it's gonna be a very, very, very fun fight. Can't wait to see it. And also because heavyweights are my personal favorite weight class in any kind of sport, because especially in fighting, if you see the first guy that lands basically wins the fight. Most of the time, just forget the guy lands a real clean shot, and also because of all of their frames and everything. So it's gonna be a barn burner. And then we go to Barão versus Eddie Wineland. Well, this fight I think is gonna be basically the easiest fight in Renan Barão's UFC career after he started going to big fights, because if you see his fight with Uriah Faber, I mean, it's Uriah Faber. He dominated the fight. If you see the fight with Michael McDonald, that after his last fight will probably, I mean, really close to another title shot. Barão got rocked in the first round and then came back in the second round and finished him. So that just goes to show how this really guy he's really a champion. He has the heart of a champion. So what I'm thinking that this is gonna be the easiest fight for him since he got into big fights after winning the title and everything. But Eddie Wineland, he has knockout power, so I think that he has a puncher's chance. If he connects, probably Renan Barão will be in trouble, and probably he will recover or not. But the probability is that it's not going to happen, and Renan Barão will find his way to win the fight. So, and then we go to the main event. We have John Jones against a taller guy than him. The first time that's ever happened in the UFC, in John Jones' light heavyweight reign. Alexander Gustafsson is 6'5", and John Jones has the biggest reach in the UFC history, being 84.5 inches. And I mean, Alexander Gustafsson's reach is 76.5 inches, but the thing is, he's taller than John Jones, and in my opinion, he even, I think he actually has a better stand-up technique than John Jones, but he doesn't use his length as good as John Jones uses it. So I mean, any fight that John Jones goes into, even if he fought Anderson Silva, I don't see him losing the fight. Probably if he fought Anderson Silva, probably he there's a big possibility he could lose a fight. But you don't as a fan, you don't see that happening, because just his overall size, his wrestling, and the way that he uses his reach and everything, it makes and the way that he fights. I mean, all of his fights are basically flawless performances, that the opponent basically doesn't do anything, doesn't find a way to do anything. So I'm picking John Jones in this fight, but I don't think it's gonna be a really easy fight at all, like it was with Chael Sonnen. I think it probably will go to the second or third round, and I hope to see a great battle. So John Jones winning, retaining the light heavyweight belt. So thank you guys. Tune in, and next week we'll probably have a show talking about everything that went on this weekend. Thank you guys.